Hey everyone, we had Jeremy from the Mad Scientist BBQ here at FirstBuild last week to check out the Arden.
They smell like real barbecue, I'll tell you that.
He had a ton of positive things to say.
This is real barbecue. It's actually better than the barbecue I've had at any local Louisville restaurant.
But he also had some very constructive feedback on how we can make this thing even better.
There's a lot of smoke flavor on the surface, but the depth of smoke flavor, both in terms of like the complex layers that you get, is a little bit limited.
Jeremy is a true barbecue expert, and he came in and gave us a masterclass to the science of barbecue. Personally, I thought it was absolutely fascinating.
And you might think, okay, well, this is the portion of the curve that produces good flavor. And then you could say, well, is one just absolutely better than the other? Right? You say, well, this might be our steady state temperature always. We're gonna do that. We're not gonna worry about it. Or it might be, oh, this is kind of sweeter. It's kind of fruity in flavor, still smoky, but it's got a different composition than the compounds that we're creating at this lower temperature. But this is, very smoky, really sets on the palate, you're eating barbecue. It may be a benefit to cycle between these two temperatures. So you get both the compounds that would be produced here and the compounds that get produced at a higher temperature. So you're mimicking what you get with a real open wood log fire.
In order to create those deep and complex smoky flavors that Jeremy was talking about, we had to set up some kind of test that could test the bounds of what kind of flavor we could achieve. So we started out with a high temperature smoke and a low temperature smoke. This really bounded the equation on what kind of flavor notes we could produce across the spectrum. So we have two sets of ribs that we've smoked at this higher and lower temperature. So we're gonna have Jeremy come in and taste both sets of our smoked ribs, and he can really help guide us on if he likes the higher temperature smoke, the lower temperature smoke, or maybe something somewhere in between. So we've smoked two sets of ribs, bounded those smoke flavors, and we're hoping to get your opinion, see if your expert barbecue palate can tell the difference between these two ribs.
Sure, so we're kind of trying to establish the parameters of what's going to produce the best barbecue, right?
Exactly, this is just a first test, an iteration along the process.
Okay, well, let's unwrap them, let's take a look at them, and then ultimately, I can't wait to eat these.
Awesome, I'll let you do the honors.
Okay. All right, this one right here looks darker to me. This one looks a little lighter and redder in color. Yeah, I'm just really impressed at how juicy these are.
They do look nice and juicy.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, for loin back ribs to be that juicy is exceptional. So, excellent job. What's the cooking temperature that you have when you put these in?
We cooked these at a little higher temperature. They were cooked at 300 degrees. We cooked them for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay. Smell smoky. Okay, let's find out. Well, they're perfectly cooked. I'm getting very light smoke flavor. But
Same here.
I really like it. Like the quality of the flavor that I get, I really like. I think whichever one this was, I think I might like it better than the original ribs that I had the first time I came.
Okay.
And those are really good. It's just, these are really, really good. And I don't get any sense that I have too much smoke flavor. I just want more smoke flavor.
More. But all the notes were there, all the flavors there.
It was really good.
Awesome.
Legitimately, very, very good. If I had that at a barbecue restaurant, like anywhere around here,
Thrilled.
Yeah, I'd go talk to them and be like, hey, you guys are the best barbecue restaurant around. Thank you for actually caring about barbecue. It tastes really good. This definitely smells smokier. To me, on this one, the smoky flavor kind of falls flat a little bit. I feel like I'm maybe getting less smoke flavor. But it looks like
It
should be getting more.
Yeah.
I prefer these for sure. I think maybe that's a fair way to describe it. It seems more one note than this does. This to me seems more complex in terms of the smoke flavor. And I just want more.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me more of that. It's really good, really satisfying.
All right, so I thought both the ribs were good. Let's go ahead, unveil. High temp versus low temp. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the high temp smoke put on better bark on the outside, looked darker, but in terms of flavor, the low temp definitely, I think, for me at least, produced more flavor. The thing I was afraid of with the low temp is that it might develop an off kind of smoldery flavor, and I didn't get that at all. If anything, I got it with the high temperature one, which was surprising to me. The whole thing surprises me, but I think these, for me, were a clear winner over the high temp. And so I think as you dial it in and hone the process, it's only gonna get better. And I just wanna say that if it never got better than this, you guys would have succeeded.
Yeah.
These are great. I mean, if you can make even incremental improvements on that, you guys have a winner for sure. With these ribs right here, you got a flavor profile similar to what you get on people's everyday backyard pellet smokers, right? This, I feel like, is a more complex flavor and a better flavor that most pellet smokers wouldn't even be able to dream of. I think that maybe combining the merits of both would give you something that, you know, it's not one or the other. It's not trying to kind of split the difference, but you get all of it. You don't have to choose one. You can take all of it and turn it into the best pellet smoker maybe on the market, and it just so happens you can use it in your own kitchen.
Absolutely. That is the real benefit of Arden, is that we are able to use that, decouple the heat and smoke generation, so we can get the best parts of each smoke.
Yeah, and thanks for having me be a part of the process. It's so much fun to kind of see a little bit of the inner workings of how you're getting the setup and your commitment to making it great. And I just can't wait until I can put one in my kitchen.
We had a blast with Jeremy. He brought in a ton of great brisket for us to try, which is gonna be for an upcoming video of his. Make sure to check that out once it drops. He also had some great feedback for our ribs. He told us that our ribs, the low smoked temperature, had nice, good flavor, but he just wanted more of it. So we're gonna take that back to the drawing board and see how we can get more of that delicious smoke flavor on our ribs. So when you get your hands on Arden, there'll be no guesswork. You just put your ribs in there and out comes fantastic food. To make sure you don't miss out on any Arden updates, go to ardenindoorsmoker.com and you can sign up with your email address to be the first to learn about how much this thing's gonna cost, where you can get it, and all of the final details. I gotta get back to work. See you, everybody.